Okay, so a warm welcome to everybody who has joined. That's a lot of you who have tuned in online, and I'm so grateful for that. This is a really special session, and it's inspired by a conversation, by a sort of session that I had with a friend recently. A lot of my phone conversations with friends turn out to be something like therapy sessions. So it was very deep. We were having an extremely deep conversation, and this has been something that has been on my mind for a while. I was experiencing it also at the time, and I told him that, we're all addicts. And I had really felt this in myself too, because you can experience the withdrawal symptoms. The first time I heard somebody say something like, we're all addicts, don't ever judge addicts because we're all addicts, I was like, yeah, I kind of theoretically get it, but addicts are losers ultimately because they're just like, no willpower. But when you really look at it, no, we all are addicts. We all have the same behaviors. It's just that people who are addicted to substances, they're addicted to substances because they're not getting the basic thing that feeds the addiction. If you are getting it through your relationships, through certain foods, through something else, through work, then you are less likely to turn to substances. But if you're not getting it, that's when you turn to substances, and life has gotten a lot more unfulfilling in the recent years. That is why you see such a high rise in drug abuse among youngsters. So, we are all addicts. What does this mean? Now, when I speak of addictions, I am not talking about if you are in the habit of drinking. I'm not talking about the high that you experience when you drink. That's not high at all. That is suppression. So some of us are used to substance abuse for suppression. We want to numb everything. And some of us are used to substance abuse for experiencing a high, and not just substance abuse, let's say life abuse, okay, to experience some sort of high. And sometimes you can fluctuate between the two states as well. So just look back at your life and see, when you're doing something obsessively, are you doing, like, if you are in the habit of drinking a lot of coffee, that's an addiction. You're using it to suppress something and overstimulate yourself, which is basically increasing the mental noise to cover the noise that is already there. If you enjoy drinking a lot, if you drink, smoke, all of these things are things you're doing something to suppress. If you have the habit of binge watching TV, again, that is suppression. So explore whether you are doing any suppression, and then explore whether you are chasing these highs. It could be in anything. I know that for years, and even now I have this tendency. Everything's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. This is the best thing that has ever happened to me in my life. Oh, this is the best thing ever, best thing ever. Like, you're always like, oh my God, life is just awesome. That's a high. It's not a natural state. And it's amazing because this friend, I love the response. I said, I literally said, I don't like all these highs that you experience. It makes me very uncomfortable. And he responded, he said, Ashwata, I've been doing it for these many years, and it's worked so far. Life is fine. And I was like, I'm sorry, but that means that you have those many years of habit to get rid of. Because you know what? Sooner or later, if you're lucky, if that's part of your life plan, if you're lucky enough, sooner or later, life will put you in a position where you don't get that, and you're going to experience withdrawal symptoms, and it really does look like withdrawal symptoms. It sucks. You don't want to go through that. So how do you manage to de-addict yourself with minimal withdrawal symptoms? What is going on when we are experiencing this high? So when you're trying to when you experience this high, what you're doing is you're shooting out of your body. That is what the high is. That is why you feel all this oneness. But what's really going on over here? I'll pause here to just introduce you to the idea of shooting out of your body. It doesn't mean that like your body will drop dead or anything like that. That's not at all what happens. What happens over here is that you are not grounded at all. Of course, you're still alive, you're awake and you're conscious, but you're spaced out. Your energy shoots out of your body, and you're feeling this spacey kind of feeling, which feels like ecstasy, and very often after that, you will experience a plunge. After that, you're just like crashing. So the higher the high is, usually it will be followed by an awful low as well. So what are we really chasing when we are chasing these highs? Why do we need these addictions? The beauty of it is, what's really going on is when you're projecting your joys outside of your body, like you think a person makes you happy, or a life situation makes you happy, or even just working can bring you joy. Like you love, even if you're an artist, you love painting. Painting takes you high. Painting gives you joy. If you can't paint for months, you don't have access to that joy. So you're projecting your joy. You believe that something outside of you is bringing you that joy. When you do that, what happens is you shoot out of your body, you unite with this joy, and that oneness brings you that high, because you're experiencing oneness, and you're like, so expanded, because you're much more than yourself. But you know what? This oneness is not whole, because you're not within yourself. You're projecting, you're seeing the source of your joy as outside of yourself. When you see the source of your joy as within, you're never going to leave your body. So let's see now, what is it that's really causing you to leave your body? Ultimately, it comes from some sort of insecurity, some sort of fear, something that's going on. Like when I really explored it, I'll narrate as we go along. So for starters, just close your eyes and try to go back to the last time you experienced a high. If you have not really experienced a high, then try to go to a moment where you were trying to suppress something, because that's just the negative version of a high. So close your eyes, go back to the last moment that you experienced a high. And ask yourself, what am I really trying to experience here? Like in my case, one of the things that came up, this is not just the one simple answer, it's often complicated, but one thing that came up for me was this whole fear of being stupid. You have to look at what is your biggest problem with the world. And for me, it's always, I'm always appalled at the stupidity of the masses. And what is wrong with people? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? People are stupid. And when I went back, I realized actually I am absolutely terrified of being stupid. So the moment I am presented with a situation which allows me to completely forget this stupid aspect of myself, I shoot out of my body. Because what's really going on over here is the more you resist pain, you resist pleasure in the same way. So when you have this experience of pleasure, you shoot out of the body. So when something happens where I can feel very unstupid, I won't say intelligent, just unstupid, I'm in ecstasy. So look carefully. What is it that I'm trying to avoid? What am I running away from when I'm experiencing this high? You don't have to do anything about it. Just witness it. And now allow yourself, if you can allow yourself to go to the root of this fear, that would be just great. Just allow this memory to pop up. Don't think, don't analyze, just wait for it to come up. What is the root incident where this fear began? Or go back to the last time that you experienced this fear and relive that. Yeah, I can feel that some of you are going pretty deep with this. Very good. And there are some of you that aren't going that deep, so just breathe with it. Be aware of the breath in your belly and allow yourself. It's scary to experience this and that is why we've avoided it for so long. Allow yourself to sink into it. It's safe to experience this emotion. Just feel it. And if you have been able to identify the exact thing, like in my case, I am stupid, just tell yourself, I am stupid sometimes, and it's okay. It's okay to be stupid sometimes. I am not stupid all the time. I am stupid sometimes, and it's fine. Allow yourself to imagine this energy in the heart opening up, just expanding, opening up like a flower or like a cloud, just expanding, creating this space around you to hold this feeling of inadequacy, or whatever this feeling is. I am not good enough, whatever it is that you're battling with over here. Hold it. Do not fight it. Do not try to fix it. Just witness it. And now I would like you to go to the last time that you experienced this high, or you know what, go to the most prominent experience that you've had, the best thing that ever happened to you, where you really felt completely ecstatic, out of the world happy. Go to that moment and relive it right now. And as you are reliving this incident, keep your energy in your body and allow yourself to feel the joy in every cell of your being. Remain aware of your breath and stay in your body. Be aware of the sensation you experience as you experience this joy. It feels very different, doesn't it? Stay with it. I can feel a couple of you are feeling some sort of fear. Don't fight it. Feel it. It's fine. And some of you are having a very powerful experience, which is really amazing. Okay. The rest of you, keep your focus on your breath. Keep your focus on the sensations in your body and feel the joy while staying grounded. This is the bliss of normalcy. Now allow yourself to come into this moment. Experience your body as it is right now. And you will find that even though it's just an ordinary moment, you can now allow yourself to tune in to the exact same bliss. If you're having any anxiety, any issues, be aware of that, but also be aware of the bliss. Can you allow yourself to consciously search for the source of joy within your system? Can you allow yourself to commit to your body? Can you allow yourself to commit that you will stay in the body and experience in all its intensity every single thing that happens to you, positive, negative, both? Because you are here on earth to experience what it is like to be human. Let's make the most of it, right? And on that note, take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, you can slowly open your eyes when you're ready.